I'm struggling right now. You know why? Because I've been trying to find a good free calorie counting app and I cannot find one that's actually good. Well, I have been using one and it's the best one I have looked at so far. But before I even tell you what that is, I want to be testing out 5 most rated apps on the Google Play Store and seeing if they're any good. When you go on the Google Play Store, it can be quite overwhelming on the different kinds of calorie counting apps. And you don't know if they're good, you don't know if they're free, and that's what I'm going to find out in this video. The 5 apps that I chose was MyFitnessPal, MyNetDiary, NutraCheck, then we got Secret, and the last one, Chronometer. So the criteria I'm going to be using in this video is really simple. The first one being speed, how quickly you can use it, how quickly it operates. The second one is going to be accuracy, and that's just how accurate the app is on different stuff. Branded products, not branded products, simple as that. Third one being ease of use, that's pretty explanatory. It's just how easy is it to use. And the fourth one being is the free features on that app. And what I mean is if the most features are behind a paywall, that's not good, but we'll see in this video on the apps that we're going to be using. Let's go test them out. So the first app we are going to use is MyFitnessPal. So as we open the app, we can see a simple sign in and we obviously have to answer some questions. It shows up a lot of questions. Yeah, we got to answer them and sign up. Most apps are going to throw up questions straight away, so you kind of have to expect them. See, the thing with MyFitnessPal is it's not great. I personally think the UI is just not that good, personally for me, because the app that I use is actually MyNetDiary. That's the app I use, but we'll get on to after this. Most features is just behind a paywall. It's definitely one of those apps where just too much hype around it. The recipes are actually pretty good. Like you can look through some recipes and they give you exact instructions and steps how to do it and the macros behind it and the ingredients, and honestly that's pretty good. You can't even use the barcode scanner because you have to pay for it, and that's ridiculous because you want to do it quickly. You want to log in your food quickly and you can't. As I look through this app, I'll give you some pros and cons about it, and I'm probably going to give around 1 to 2 pros or cons about specific app. The pros, let's talk about the pros. You can easily find branded products, such as if you want to go to Tesco and you want to find a product, you can easily find that in MyFitnessPal. It's fine. It's pretty accurate as well with that branded product. Another simple one is recipes. MyFitnessPal actually threw up some recipes, which is honestly pretty useful. Now, what are the cons? Most of the features you have to pay for, which is I find ridiculous. Whatever your goal is, maybe to lose weight, and you lose the weight in 3 months and you spend a lot of portion of money just to track what you're eating. So I find that ridiculous because you're also paying for food. And another con is just the UI. Simple as that. I don't like the UI. For someone else, they might like it. Personally, I do not like the UI. So I'm going to score now the app out of 10 for the 4 criteria that I'm going to be looking at. Out of 10 for its speed, I'll definitely say 7 out of 10 because it's a quick app. You can easily log it in as well. Now for its accuracy, I'll give it an actual 8 out of 10 because MyFitnessPal is pretty accurate about a lot of majority foods. Now for its ease of use, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Personally, I can't really find my way around MyFitnessPal. And then the free features, I will have to give it 3 out of 10, just because most of the features are behind a paywall, and that's not good for anyone. The second app we're going to be looking at is MyNetDiary, and that's the app I actually use right now as we speak. And I really like this app. I actually really enjoy this app. I love using it. I prefer over MyFitnessPal, and I'm going to be telling you why I prefer it. So as you open the app, you can simply to try and sign in, and they obviously ask you questions, and honestly it is really accurate about when they say they're going to get you to a certain result by this date if you actually do your calorie counting. It is pretty accurate and it's honestly pretty clean. You understand it straight away. It's easy UI to use. You can search your food easily. You can log it in as easy as possible, just a few clicks. Now I'm going to be moving on to the pros and cons of MyNetDiary. The pros are simple. It's a very good UI. It's a simple a nice, really looking UI. It's simple to use. The barcode scanner is actually free, and that's probably a good part because if you just want to scan it without logging in, then you can do it. But obviously sometimes it will be wrong, but I don't really care because I just love the app by its simple use. And I could be biased here, but I really do like the app. Now the cons I have already mentioned. It's not that accurate with either certain brands or certain foods even. But it's fine for me because the thing is, most of the time when I'm logging in food, I actually don't really care about putting in as on the package because it's simple enough already to do that. And it doesn't take as long as you might think to just quickly put those macros and into the custom food. Some features are not accessible because they're behind the paywall. It's just macro planning. You can't really plan your protein, but you can plan your calories. Out of 10 for my net diary, for its speed, I'll definitely give it a 9 out of 10 because the speed is quite quick. You can simply get to your food and recipes and all that kind of stuff. Now for its accuracy, I definitely have to give it a 6 out of 10. Now for its ease of use, I'll definitely give it a 9 out of 10. It's really easy to use and any beginner definitely worth it. Now for its free features, I'll definitely give it an 8 out of 10. It has most features you would expect from an app. Now we're going to be moving on to NutriCheck. First impressions, I honestly kind of was surprised. I actually was expecting it to be pretty bad, but no, it's actually quite alright. It's a simple UI. But NutriCheck is really similar to MyFitnessPal. Well, I think there obviously are differences. Pros of NutriCheck is a nice looking UI, not as nice as my net diary, but it's nice. And the thing is, one of the good parts about NutriCheck is you can really track your progress. And what I mean, you can track your weight, you can track your waist, your calf size, your BMI, track literally everything about your body. And I actually really like that because you can actually check your progress, not just about your weight, but literally everything about you. And I think that's one of the best parts about that app. So if you really want to check your progress in a very specific way and detailed, definitely go for that app. Obviously, another pro is it's a free barcode scanner. Yeah, honestly, it's free, so that's pretty good. Now, the cons about it is the complexity with logging in food. Now, you may think that having a simple UI means simple logging. That actually does not mean it. A simple UI just means just the layout of the whole app. The complexity of logging in food is definitely a con of that app because I do get confused about it. The whole logging in, it does get confusing. Now we're gonna rate it out of 10. For its speed, definitely an 8 out of 10 for its speed. You can quickly use it. It's like, I think, a better version of MyFitnessPal. For its accuracy of NutriCheck, I'll definitely say a 8 out of 10 as well. It's actually quite accurate because you can really log in UK foods, all about the UK. You can log in a lot of majority of brands, and that's pretty cool. And they're pretty accurate about calories and macros about certain brands. So that's, I think, definitely a check for me. Now the ease of use, I would definitely say a 5 out of 10 because simply enough, it's not that easy to use. I would say it's definitely a lot harder to use than MyFitnessPal. Now for the free features, I'll give it an 8 out of 10 because I forgot to add this in as a pro, but another pro is that most things are actually available to you. Now the fourth app we're going to be looking at is Fat Secret, which is a really weird name. I understand it, but the first impressions are simply enough. Like every other app, they're going to ask you questions, you have to put them in. It's one of those things where it's just a bit weirder than MyFitnessPal. I'd say the UI is definitely worse than MyFitnessPal or NutriCheck. Now the pros and cons about Fat Secret, one of those pros, the free barcode scanner. And that's really the only pro I can get from the app, which is not a good thing. The cons are with its complex UI. It's a really complex UI. Now, remember when I said UI and logging in food are two different things. The logging food is actually quite simple, but with the UI, it's not that good. Fat Secret's speed, it's as it always is, it's pretty fast. I definitely give it like a 7 out of 10. You can't really get your way around it because you don't know the layout. But now for its accuracy, I definitely give it a 5 out of 10 because it's not really accurate, especially when you use the free barcode scanner. Now for its ease of use, I definitely give it a 6 out of 10 because realistically, it's not that easy to use. It's pretty complex. Like I said, the UI is pretty complex. The layout is not that good, not as good as the other apps that we looked at. Now for the free features, I'll definitely give like a 5 out of 10. Most features are actually locked behind paywall. Already a loss for me, and it's just I don't recommend this app. If you want to go to any other app, definitely go for it. Now the last app we're going to be looking at is Chronometer. Now I've actually heard about this a lot, so I am curious on how this actually works. So as you go in, you obviously have to answer questions, log in, all that kind of stuff. And honestly, the logging in food is actually not that bad. The UI is also very similar to MyFitnessPal, maybe slightly a bit more advanced. Now, what are the pros of Chronometer? Pros of Chronometer is simple UI. Now, the cons of Chronometer, which is sad, it's actually because most features are locked behind a paywall. Now, I'm gonna score out of 10. For its speed, I'll definitely give it a 7 out of 10. You can quickly get your way around it. It's a good, simple app. For its accuracy, I'll definitely give it another 7 out of 10. Pretty accurate, but not all apps are going to be accurate. Now, its ease of use, it's actually really easy to use. It's almost as easy as NutriCheck, and I give it a 7 out of 10. Now for its free features, I'll definitely give it a 4 out of 10. It's very similar to MyFitnessPal. Most features are actually blocked behind a paywall. Now we are going to be ranking them from being the worst to being the best. So how about we start with the worst? Now the worst app we have looked at is Fat Secret. And that's not a surprise, it's probably the worst app here, just because of its flaws. So, 4th place, I'll definitely say, surprisingly, MyFitnessPal is 4th place. Now, 3rd place is Chronometer. Slightly better than MyFitnessPal. I actually struggled between picking which one's better. Chronometer just is a more simpler way of using the app than MyFitnessPal. 2nd place, I'll definitely say NutriCheck. It's like MyFitnessPal, just better in all those areas, like its free features. Best app that we looked at is MyNetDiary. Now I could be really biased here, but I enjoy that. I've looked at these apps and honestly nothing can really beat MyNetDiary. I have been using MyNetDiary for a while. I think I remember using MyFitnessPal as when I started, but I never liked it. I don't know why. Even when I didn't even try MyNetDiary, I actually never liked MyFitnessPal. So MyNetDiary is the best app that we looked at. But what should you use? I'm not saying MyNetDiary is the one you should be using. What I'm telling you is the best that we looked at. It is up to you what you really want out of the app. If you want certain things, you obviously have to look at certain apps. If you're a beginner, go with MyNetDiary. That's my advice. Don't go with MyFitnessPal as a beginner. That's not a good way to do it. For its accuracy, if you want it to be more accurate, then go with MyFitnessPal or NutriCheck. Or if you want, we'll say simplicity, go with Chronometer. Maybe MyNetDiary for its simplicity. Like it's what you want out of the app. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what else I should be rating, and let me know what app you use, because I'm curious on what apps do you guys use to track your progress and calorie count if you do. I'll see you guys in a bit. Yeah. Subscribe, like.